what Jesus said. He said, my sheep hear my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. So this is about who you follow. It's about who you follow. Not what you're led to believe all the time, but this is about who you follow. Right? And the truth is, when you were young and inexperienced spiritually, you knew about the calling of the Lord before you knew about the calling of the Lord. And before the hour that you could be truly protected, you saw the world in a certain way. Something came to destroy that magical way you saw the world. And suffering ensued. An unfair act. Thievery, if you would. But you weren't being deceived. Your flesh was being broken. Your concepts were being shielded. Do you not know that most of you here that listen to me, but you have very kind hearts, which means you give everything the benefit of the doubt, which means you were very hopeful in your youth, weren't you? You saw the world and people in categories, didn't you? You never thought that one would hurt you. You had full confidence in that one. You saw within people these heavenly qualities that hardly anybody else could. And it was betrayed, wasn't it? In fact, some of you saw different people, and it became your paradise. It could have been your paradise. You began to see a paradise here on earth, and the Lord said, no. Let me open this one's eyes. And so what happened in your life was not deceit by what you would follow. It was the opening of your eyes to show you that what you see is not what you see. You guys follow that so far?
It's a blessing to be deceived.
We're going to take a break because I think I'm
come back
something
from it.
But hold that thought. I'm going to be back in a few seconds. We're going to cover the rest of this because we have a discussion to discuss. Does that sound right? A discussion to discuss. Probably not, but I'll be back in a few minutes right here. That's it. So hang tight. Let me find the right button. Here it is. All right. I'll be right with you just in a few minutes right here. See you.
So this is Mike playing live right now. And it's funny, he's talking about deception. I just turned it on. I did not hear the beginning. I do not know how long he's been talking today. But deception's a good topic. I'm going to post this. You can find him at counciloftime.com. And he'll be speaking for a while the rest of today. You can find his archives on that channel. And I believe I will put on a little extra on it also. Alright, so remember, deception is how you learn. Okay, if you do not know what's wrong, how could you possibly know what's right? If you always think you're right, there's a good chance you're being deceived, if that makes sense, yeah? So don't be mad at the lessons that one must go through to discover how the world works, I guess, or what. Well, let's just get real specific. Be careful of what and who you follow. All right. God bless you, Patriots.
Remember what you... hard to see. I'll tell you what's hard. What's hard is to get away from the doctrines in the world. Now, I've told you guys I'm not spoiled by doctrines of the world, by these popular sayings that people have because they sound strange to me for the most part, right? So it's easy for me to stick with the word and not drift left or right because I have not read all these people's books. Whatever you read and whatever you see becomes a part of you. I met a guy last week who watched something called, it was some movie about, it was real popular too. It's written by a guy named Dan. I never saw it, but and
wanted a
forgot.
different one here for us. Thought I knew which one it was. No, maybe it's this one.
Everybody can't be wrong. Everybody that is in the beast system is going to be wrong. Every single last one of them. But the most disturbing verse in the Bible is the world worshipped the dragon, which gave power to the beast, and they worshipped the beast. That's one of the most disturbing. And to me there too, one is that if it were possible, even the very elect would be deceived. That's very disturbing to me. And so is the one where the world worshipped the dragon. They gave power to the beast. They were worshiping Lucifer. They're doing it right now. The Lord told us that the beast is going to rise, and you can't even see it. You won't break. How many of you feel that you really have not broken free yet? You can feel the bondage on you. You can feel some. You know how you know when you're in bondage? Something is pulling at you in the world. That's how you know. Something is pulling at you. And it will never be satisfied until you entertain yourself with something in the world. And you've got to ask yourself why. Why is it that something will tug on you until you watch or satisfy yourself with something in the world, and then it just goes away? I'm telling you what that is. You can break away. You can absolutely break away, but you're going to have to pray for it. You're going to have to acknowledge that thing before the Father through your Lord and Savior. You're going to have to tell him, hey, this is a weakness. Don't hold it in. You're going to have to speak it so that every little imp that could be near you can also hear it. You're going to have to confess so that they can hear it too, so that they're not mistaken. And say, Lord, I have a problem with this. Please, and you're going to have to be determined to fight whatever that is. You're going to have to be determined to do it. You're not going to get rid of anything you're not determined to get rid of. Do you know how many people that I have met in my life who will throw something away and go back in the garbage can and get it? They'll say, oh, I need to get rid of this stuff. They throw it away one day, go dig it out the garbage the next. I bet you right now some of you have boxes that you likely ordered from one of these television things and you've never opened it. Don't admit you're guilty. That happens to a lot of people. You'll just say, well, this is extra in case the other 16 won't break down. That's all. So, hope you guys can... Oh, and also, anybody know about their little secret doctrine? We read the Bible, right? They read something else. You know what that something else says? I can share with you a part of it. Right? Here's what they say. Here's what they say. Divine man is created, in fact, by Lucifer, is what they say. It says Satan, once he ceases to be viewed in the superstitions from the spirit of the church, right? He'll grow into a grandiose image. It is Satan who is the God of our planet and the only God. This is part of their secret indoctrination. They don't even hear the word Satan like you do. But the problem is, they have been operating the world with this doctrine, and you didn't even know it. You thought it did not exist. You did. And part of their initiation is to keep you engaged in a type of chaos so that you don't see anything. You would rather see the betrayal of your enemy than to face the truth. That was Blavatsky. By the way, that same doctrine is in every single nation, marked with the olive branch. You don't ever think those olive branches on the coins or anything else is something beautiful. Please don't think that. The stars either, they stand for something. They really do stand for something.